All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and let me tell you, bro, we got some Gervonta Davis hate coming from Dana White. Dana White, who just put on one of the biggest cards we've seen in a while with the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford fight, had 41 million views on Netflix, but is about to be outpaced in about 2 months by Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. Dana White, crazy enough, is picking Jake Paul to beat Gervonta Davis. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. And before I start this video, let me tell you that I am not particularly happy that Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. Whether it's an exhibition or not an exhibition, I'm not excited about it. Please excuse me for drinking water. I don't take breaks when I do these videos, so sometimes my mouth gets a little dry. Please forgive me. Back to the video. Dana White, strangely enough, is picking Jake Paul to beat Gervonta Davis. This is not a fight that I'm excited for at all. I would rather have Gervonta Davis fighting in a real boxing match against the likes of Lamont Roach, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Emmanuel Navarrete, anybody that is in the 135-pound division and around. That's where I want to see Gervonta Davis fight. However, we live in a world where everybody is trying to do things as big as possible. And the biggest fights possible right now, unfortunately for the sport of boxing, is an exhibition fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. So I do like it for this reason, though. I like it because it is allowing Gervonta Davis to have a fight that is going to be big and that the mainstream media is going to have to cover, the mainstream media outside the world of boxing. Gervonta Davis has been, without a doubt, blocked, having venues blocked, having fighters, having other promoters paying fighters away to go different directions from Gervonta Davis. So Gervonta Davis was in a bit of a hole. And he gets an opportunity to fight Jake Paul for $200 million or whatever. I don't mind it at all. As long as Gervonta Davis comes back to the world of boxing after he gets done with this, hey man, you got your money, no worries. But you gotta love Dana White having the audacity to pick Jake Paul in this fight, and says something to the effect that, hey, he was talking to Logan Paul and said, hey, when you were fighting Floyd, you know, there was this, you're a gigantic guy, big size difference. There was a time when Floyd Mayweather Jr. hit, had an overhand right that landed flush on Logan Paul. And he's like, Logan Paul, ate the shot and, boom, boom, boom. On goes the conversation. And then he says about Gervonta Davis, he says, well, I know Gervonta Davis probably hits harder than Floyd, but he's so much smaller that Jake Paul is just going to get on the inside and grab and hold him, right? Look, let me tell you what this is, man. This is why this fight is going to make so much money. They are selling the fantasy that this everyday Jake Paul type guy in the United States, and I won't say what he is, his ethnicity or anything like that, because I don't want to lose the monetization on the channel, but that is what they think. That is how they see Jake Paul. Jake Paul is one of them, and they don't care. Do not care what advantages Jake Paul has in the ring, as long as Jake Paul beats that little dude right there who's of a different ethnicity. That is the centerpiece of boxing, bro. And it has been that in the United States for a very, very long time. And to see Dana White stay on his side of the fence on the prediction when he knows full well there's no reason on the planet to be predicting that Jake Paul is going to do anything with Gervonta except for, like you said, try to grab him and hold him. Man, do you know how hard it is going to be for somebody that is 6 foot, that is the size of Jake Paul? You know how hard it is going to be for him to clinch and grab Gervonta? He's literally going to have to dip down and scoop down to get his arms underneath or around Gervonta Davis. He literally have to like pile over his head and do like a Klitschko and like throw a punch, drop his arm, lay on top of him, grab him. That type of move. Dog, Jake Paul is not that skilled, is not nearly skilled enough to pull a Vladimir Klitschko on Gervonta Davis, because Gervonta Davis has very, very good feet. But but also any of that holding on top of his head is going to get him hit with something somewhere he don't want to get hit with. The fact of the matter is that Gervonta Davis, whether or not he is a little guy or not, is just probably way, way, way too skilled, way too comfortable in that ring for Jake Paul to do anything with. But remember, I said it. The reason that the fight is going to do so big is because of that, the dynamic of Jake Paul being from the ethnicity that he is and very popular within the ethnicity that he is, and that ethnicity's desire to see somebody like Gervonta Davis getting beat by one of their own. And you cannot shake the hustle. Seriously, you can't shake it. People do that in regular boxing. In essence, that's what was selling people what has Canelo Alvarez. Like, listen to how upset people are about the Canelo Alvarez fight. Canelo Alvarez fans thinking that Canelo Alvarez got robbed. Man, let me tell you, there's no way in the world that Canelo Alvarez got robbed in that fight. However, when people got those type of goggles on, they don't care. They're going to support him. They're going to believe anything that he has to say. They're going to try to switch things from one side to the other just so that they can continue to have that perception of Canelo Alvarez that they want. Same thing is going to go with Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. Gervonta Davis can do whatever he wants to Jake Paul. Trust me, there's going to be people saying he did this, he did that, he did this, all while watching Netflix. If they're going to be there in Miami, they're going to be drinking beer, buying hot dogs, and all of that. I don't mind it, man. Get your money, stack your money. But when that money is there, done, come on back. Please come on back. Please come on back and fight the guys you're supposed to fight. Dana White, though, love him. And by the way, love the fact that I know for sure this dude is not going to be invested in the world of boxing, not with that big UFC fight coming on. He's going to try to get away from that TKO stuff that he had signed up to do with Turki Al-Sheikh, and he'll be back, manipulating and taking all the money from them UFC fighters, and probably eventually will leave the American boxers alone. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.